Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss Act 2 of Long Day's Journey into Night. Act 2 begins just before lunchtime. We can see that the entire play revolves around meal times. The play starts with the breakfast, it goes to the lunchtime, then everything ends by the dinner. So, the main events are always arranged around meals. It is a time when family members come together and discuss their issues. So, Act 2 begins before lunchtime. Edmund chats with Kathleen, the hired girl. Kathleen is a girl who has been hired to help Mary. Now, Jamie, the elder son, comes in and sneaks a drink. Mary has been upstairs all morning. Maybe she was consuming morphine. And Jamie rightfully fears that Mary is taking morphine. Mary comes downstairs in a strange, detached manner. So, we can assume that she has consumed morphine. Later, the father Tyrant enters and sees soon what has happened. He can see that Mary has taken morphine again. In the previous act, he had blamed Jamie for insinuating that Mary has started morphine again. But now he has seen it with his own eyes. Finally, even Edmund can no longer deny that Mary has slipped back into the use of the drug. Now, the events take place just after lunch. Mary criticizes her husband for being addicted to bad real estate investments. Tyrone spends his entire money on real estate investments. And then the family receives a phone call from Dr. Hardy. And the father is the one who takes this phone call. Dr. Hardy is the incompetent doctor of the family. He is very economical, so Tyrone prefers to consult him. Now, Dr. Hardy has made some tests to confirm whether Edmund has tuberculosis. So, the family eagerly awaits Dr. Hardy's call to know what he is going to say about Edmund's health condition. Tyrone confirms with elder son Jamie that Edmund does in fact have consumption. Consumption means tuberculosis. And Jamie worries that his father Tyrone, miser that he is, will send Edmund to some cheap sanatorium in order to save money. So he tells his father that Edmund should not be sent to some cheap sanatorium to die. Now that tuberculosis can be treated effectively, Edmund should be sent to some good sanatorium. Jamie goes out after arguing with his father and he waits for Edmund so that he can accompany him to town. By this time, Mary comes down and the Tyrant parents talk. Through their conversation, we learn more about their past. Edmund had another elder brother named Eugene, but he died very young. He was infected with measles and he died at a very young age. In fact, Mary hasn't still stopped mourning the death of Eugene. Edmund urges his mother to fight the morphine addiction. Mary pretends to have no idea what he is talking about. She is in a state of denial. She says that she hasn't been using morphine. So she pretends that she has no idea what others are talking about. Now, I'm going to give you a brief analysis of this act. Act 2 introduces us to alcohol, one of the greatest motives in the play. In the drinking of alcohol, we see an attempt by the male characters to escape the problems that haunt them. They are not ready to face the problem. They resort to drinking alcohol. Mary uses a different drug to escape the pains of the world. So they are all addicted. The use of alcohol furthermore suggests also that the day on which this play is set is just one of the many similar days filled with fighting and excessive drinking until everyone goes to sleep. So, this is a typical day in the life of the tyrants. They always fight with each other. They drink excessively. They blame each other. And again they go to sleep to wake up the next day to repeat the same things. So just like the cycle of alcohol, the things get repeated in the life of the tyrants. There is a cycle of alcoholism present in each day for the tyrants, which leads to the pessimistic conclusion that the family's problems in this play do not resolve themselves.